I'll just start from the end. Like I'm not doing production anymore. I'm not like an agency anymore. The reason is because when I started this, I started doing this whole business just because like I like filmmaking. I was a filmmaker and I thought that if I just like sell my film skills to businesses, like I'll have money and time to make my films. And half of that was true. I had the money, but I ended up getting so swamped in like my whole brain ended up being client projects and like how can I get more clients and all that stuff. And it's just not a fun way to live for me. Some people it's like that's all they want to do. They just want to do their business and get more clients and they're one track mind. That was not me. Business has always been a means to the end for me. It's not the means itself where I pull the meaning from. I've been battling back and forth with different offers over the past 2 years. And then I just, yeah, like month and a half ago, month ago, I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm out. I'm just not going to do this anymore. Because what I realized is that the most enjoyable part for the whole project for me was the content strategy and the advising and walking people through breaking their mental blocks and taking in feedback and data from them and synthesizing out a good strategy or an adjustment to make. And I just thought that's not only the most valuable part of this whole process is having like a partner to help you guide through the content. It's just I was spending less than 10% of my time doing that and 90% of my time doing stuff that was increasingly frustrating, costly, and just like meaningless to me. So that's why I shifted to consulting, and that's why I'm focused on helping guide people and help them lead their content teams and build strategies and execute on visions and messaging that is going to help people get what they want from their time on socials.
And you're saying that it's the travel and the filming, like it's just the burden of execution, like
Yeah.
going on site with people. I mean, that takes a shitload of time and it costs a lot of money. So you sacrifice a lot to do that work, like on the margin side and on the life side.
Yeah, it's just, you're traveling. And even when I do like remote productions and stuff, it's like a mental leech on me all day. Like if I have production work, I carry it with me everywhere in my life. And I don't like to do that. I don't want to do that. It's draining. It's annoying. I've been doing it for 8 years. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just, and the other thing too is the agency stuff for me, they worked, but it never clicked. Every agency offer I sold was always a struggle, either internally or externally. There was always some issue with selling it or with, getting exposure to it or with wanting to execute on the actual fulfillment. I always make the distinction too that there's like really bad times to quit and then there's really good times to quit. And I think there's really good sorts of struggle and there's also really bad types of struggle. Part of me when I think about that is like if something is a challenge, right? This all comes back to the vision. When you have a clear vision about what you want to do, where you want to go, what you're building, and hurdles come up, you treat those as challenges because you see the end vision, you see the game, you're locked in, and you're like, I'm going to surpass this because that's all there is to do. And you get past it and you grow. When you just have constant resistance, however, like it's not external challenges coming or new scenarios that you have to adapt to. It's like every small movement you make takes tons of effort. To write the post takes tons of effort. To reply to the comments takes tons of effort. To make the videos takes tons of effort. Getting on the client calls is like twice as much energy as it should be. When you're in that, to me, that's the indication that you're doing the wrong thing. And that's what it increasingly felt like over the past, I'd say 2 years, is I just felt like I was doing the wrong thing all the time. And I felt more frustrated and I felt like I was not doing what I should be doing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think we all end up in this place where it's like very much Pareto's principle, like 80% of the work creates 20% of the value, 20% of the work creates 80% of the value, 20% of the work also brings us a lot of joy and gives us energy. 80% of the work generally takes a lot of our energy. And It's like, well, how do we become so over rotated on the wrong thing And so you started noticing that as you were just traveling, and like the work itself. I feel you on writing the posts too, and sometimes and you're like responding to comments where it's just like such a slog.
Yeah.